Hello and welcome to Marsden Park for round 12 of Newcastle and Hunter Rugby Union action. We're here with Bar TV Sports, joined by myself, Josh Cullinan, and Jimmy Gardner from the Maitland Mercury and the Newcastle Herald, respectively, with the Fairfax family. And looking forward to a good afternoon of rugby union here. We're just about to kick off in the first grade fixture. We'll quickly run through the teams. And Maitland, as per program, Kurt Courtney, Dan Runchell, and James Curran in the front row, and the skipper, Dan Runchell, plays his 150th first grade game for the club today. Nathan Brennan and Ryan Vesper in the second row. Sean O'Connor, Nick Davison and John O'Wooten, the back three. In the halves, Luke Cunningham and Josh McCormack. The wings, Rob Williamson and Tom Quinn. Josh Gray and Rob Basuro are in the centres, and John O'Toole at fullback. For Merewether Carlton, I'll hand over to Jimmy to go through that. A couple of late changes there.
Yeah, one change to the program. Pat Ireland comes in at number 8 for Mac Ray. Otherwise, it's a pretty settled lineup. Billy Dunn and Keith Barlow, the two props. The hooker and vice captains Mick Gill. The second row is Sean Rich and Mitchell Frost. The back row is comprised of Adam Nolan, Chris Ward, and as I mentioned, Pat Ireland. Gareth Ernst is halfback and captain. Blake Crichton at 5'8". Eddie Clifton and Patrick Ahuja are the wingers. Jaden Hetherington and Connor O'Leary. And this was country under 20 combination in the centres, and Aidan Kelso at fullback. 3 players back from Merewether Carlton. Aidan Kelso, Adam Nolan, and the big one is Blake Crichton at 5'8". As we see it, wind, Maitland running left to right. Wind behind their backs for the first half. Should be an enterprising and good game, Josh.
Yeah, absolutely, and I mean a Maitland Merewether game, always plenty on the line between the two clubs, but today particularly when you look at the competition ladder, only 3 points separating them from 5th to 7th, and really that semi-final spot well and truly up for grabs. Maitland in possession, Nathan Brennan taking it forward about 25 out. Got the first run of the ball, the Blacks, but only early days here. Cunningham out to McCormack, Sean O'Connor taking it forward, just settling here in a bit of field position. Centre ground, moving left, ball down. The best thing for the Blacks, you went through a few changes there for Merewether. It's an unchanged lineup, which has been probably, it's a little bit of an oddity actually to have the same 15 2 weeks in a row. So Bobby Tynan will be pretty happy with that one, Jimmy. And how do you think this Merewether team shapes up?
Yeah, they're certainly going to benefit from having those 3 players back that I mentioned. I'm certainly keen to have a look at Maitland. This is the first time I've been up at Marcellin this year. Josh McCormack's one player of note that I'm keen to have a good look at, and also the new Fijian. But Maitland certainly made a bright start here. They've had the ball pretty much since the kick-off. They've driven it down into the Merewether quarter line and starting to mount a bit of pressure. Typical Maitland stuff. First scrum of the match.
It is going Merewether's way, so they'll have the feed there about 10 metres out, and they're actually running into a little bit of a breeze there. It's running into that south-eastern sort of corner down towards the Joyce Main scoreboard, and it's certainly throughout the first few games that's certainly been the sideline to target with kicking and getting a bit of territory. And I'm sure it'll be the same in the first grade fixture, because it certainly doesn't look like it's going to die down anytime soon coming out of the west. So Merewether set here. But run it there through the 5'8". Now kick off the line, successfully finding touch. That's a pretty good pressure reliever off the line. So Merewether, not much ball just yet, but the Blacks are certainly loving their bit of possession straight up. Dan Runchell, 150th game, first grade game for the club. It's a very good effort. Not many get to 100, let alone 150. And he's been reinstated as hooker and as skipper this season after he finished after only one game. He was skipper last year, was injured and missed the rest of the season, so he's been pretty keen to make up for that and notches up his 150 today as Merewether have the penalty, finding touch over halfway, and they'll be looking to make the most of this, their first bit of real good possession in good territory.
Yeah, Blake Crichton comes in at number 10 for Merewether Carlton. He's going to be a massive addition. He spent the last 3 years overseas, pretty much jet-setting the world playing rugby. He's a genuine number 10. He'll give him a calm head, a good boot as well. And I think you'll see their outside back certainly get plenty of the pill today as Patrick Hoija takes it up. A bit scrappy there from Merewether, a bit sideways. They're certainly looking to play they'll be looking to play a little bit more direct here. Nice little pick and go. Looking for some solid possession. Again, a pick and drive from the back. Keith Barlow, big strong prop. at the moment, these two. A nice little half break there from Billy Dunn. He's a hooker who's they've converted into a front row. It's interesting to see how he finds the going at Loosehead. Another penalty here the way of Merewether Carlton. Quick tap from Gareth Ernst. He's off, chips ahead. A little bit of pressure here. It stacks on. Merewether coming through. Blake Crichton, great piece of enterprise, great try. Come from nothing that. Gareth Ernst, skipper, quick penalty, took the tap, took the initiative, looked up, saw a bit of open space, chipped ahead, and then it became a sprint race, and Blake Crichton was just too quick.
Yeah, making the most of the opportunity, Merewether. Like you said, Jimmy, came out of nothing, and they've finally got the ball, had it on halfway, a couple of back-to-back possessions there, and
nice little half break there from Billy Dunn. He's a hooker who's they've converted into a front row. It's interesting to see how he
$5-0 with a kick to come. This will be a bit of an issue today with the wind. Actually, we saw in the lower grades, as we see, one of the Merewether teammates come forward to potentially hold the ball, but Blake Crichton takes the kick, and with the wind, a little bit tricky there, it goes wide. So 5-0, Merewether draw first blood in the round 12 fixture and take the lead 5-0.
Josh, you'd know better than me. Certainly Maitland's, Marcellin's your second home, mate. What would you imagine this wind's worth? It certainly seems to be quite blustery from the, as you mentioned, from the southwest. Was this 10, 12 point win?
Yeah, definitely a couple of tries, no doubt about it. So that's really one against the run of play that Merewether will clock up, and that's one that Maitland have now got to make up for. Really, they've got to go double now to make up for that. So it's not one you want to give away early on.
Yeah, a bit of a nothing kick there, restart from Maitland, but they've probably reaped rewards out of it. That clearing kick from Gareth Ernst just shanked off the side of his foot. Maitland quick line out on the attack again. Poor pass, but picked up well by Josh McCormack. They look to settle down. They've got some runners coming off the right shoulder of the halfback here. Big Nathan Brennan, he's a big lump of a lad. He rumbles forward. Some good stinging defence there from Merewether Carlton. That's one aspect of the game that's really been impressive this year. I think they got the second best defence in the competition, the Greens. Again, a one-out runner. This is typical Maitland stuff as they look to mount some pressure, recycle some possession and suck some defenders in. As they move to the left, Josh McCormack, a little bit of space. He takes the odds to a kick. Well done, Blake Crichton. He's plucked it out of the air. He's got one to beat. Oh, could have probably went to ground there rather than take the risk, and Merewether would have been on their way again, but it looks like they've recycled possession. There's a battle at the breakdown. That's going to be where this game is really going to be crucial. No James Johnson today for Maitland. I think that'll be certainly a loss for them. But Maitland have picked up the scraps here and again, attacking the ball under their arm and just inching it forward.
Yeah, James Johnson and Steve Belcher both out, two of the form loose forwards for the Blacks, both out injured, as Luke Cunningham just pops one over, a little box kick into the 22 of the Greens. Fortunate bounce, maybe a little bit too fortunate. It goes with that wind, kicks on the hard ground here on the fertile floodplains of Maitland, and that's all the way back almost to halfway for the Greens. So this is where they mounted their first attack to score their first try. Will be dangerous again here. Also, Nick Davison leading, I saw in the program, the Anderson medal points on 12 points.
Yeah, he's one that's sort of, I guess you'd know better than me, Josh, but he was a player 3 or 4 years ago that really emerged and was going to be a superstar, but then I think he got some work in the mines and he wasn't able to train. But I think, if I'm correct, he's back in training mode now and doing in the hard work, and he's dynamic ball runner, great at the breakdown, perfect build. For number 6, he can play anywhere across that back row. While ever Maitland are sort of in and around the 5, you'd expect him to be up near that top of the Anderson medal count for sure.
Kick downfield, fielded by Rob Williamson, storming back, taken down. Looking to retain possession. They've been awarded the penalty there, the Blacks. About 35 metres out. Just slowing the play down. John O'Toole, who notched up his 100th game for the club in first grade a few weeks back. He'll take the kick with the wind towards the touchline on there on the western front. And the Blacks will have the line out about 35 metres out from the Merewether line.
Yeah, good attacking opportunity here for the Blacks. I'd like to see the Fijian get the ball in some space here. He certainly looks a big lad. He's got big, thoroughbred type thighs. He's a big, powerful. He must be 6'2", 6'3". Looks like he could run 100 in 11 seconds. But as yet, we haven't seen him get the ball in hand.
He's not over at the Commonwealth Games. He's been recruited by the Blacks, so he's not over in Glasgow. But he's actually been playing rugby in Dubai and turned up here looking for a little bit of work and a little bit of rugby, and a welcome addition to the black line for sure. As John O'Toole picks up the loose ball and left foot with the wind towards the western front. But what it has, it's opened it up for Merewether here. Chance here to attack on the counter. And Blake Crichton, I think, well, he's certainly already made an impact in this first 10 minutes. He's going to be a danger man for Merewether all the way through this fixture.
Yeah, he was a superstar as a kid. I think he made the New South Wales country under-20s, was plucked into the senior side. Since then, he's basically been overseas. He had a year in Ireland, and then he's had 3 years in New York. He said the level of rugby in New York was quite good. It's just that they lacked those natural instincts, so he played a lot of 10 there. And I think he's exactly what Merewether needed. It's a very young back line, and he'll bring that calm influence as well as that bit of spark, that little bit of brilliance about him as well.
Yeah, certainly before he left, I remember down at Townsend him scoring one of the best tries I've ever seen in local rugby. You know, just a great ball run on the inside, and it was just so much pace. You know, you just can't stop him from 25 metres out. He went over untouched, and yeah, it's the sort of magic he can bring, and he's already got a try today. Yeah, and he's looking to hang around for a bit now. His jet setting days are over. He's got a job in construction management. Are looking to settle down and play some rep footy again, from what I understand. Josh Gray trucks it up from inside centre. He's been playing fullback to start the season, but he's been moved into 12 by coach Bobby Tynan just to get the hands on the ball a little bit more. And his sister Molly is actually here today. She's doing a bit of fundraising along with Margaret Watson, two of our hunter wallaroos that are heading off to the World Cup in France next month.
Yeah, and they're doing some work with the schoolboys camp on Tuesday down in Newcastle as well, so they're certainly spreading the rugby gospel. Geez, I've been impressed with Nathan Brennan early. Geez, he sticks his hand up and is willing to truck it up, always gets over the ad line. Certainly a lot to like about him. Yeah,
definitely, and he's a big fella too, and he uses his size well, and picked up a bit of a rep cap, late call up into the New South Wales country squad after playing for Newcastle at the country championships.
It looks like Maitland advantage here for a penalty as he's chipped forward. Aiden Kelso took the odds and lost. Again, still playing an advantage. Looks like Danny Runshall on the break down the left.
Almost taking advantage there, the Blacks down the left-hand side. Dan Runshall offloading to Josh McCormack, but couldn't quite gather. A little chip and chase there from Josh McCormack. Nice little touch.
Yeah, interesting. I think he started the season at fullback or even outside centre where he had a bit more space where he could, use his footwork and benefit from not being too cramped. Interesting to see him at 10. How have you found this back line? Is this the combination you think that Bobby Tynan's looking for? I know he's trialled a lot of different players in different positions.
Probably at this point of the year, yeah, it looks like this is where it's going to be settled. Yeah, a few injuries. Josh's older brother Ryan, he was the first choice 10, and he went down injured with his knee at the start of the season. So there's been a few different options at 10. Joey Lavis and John O'Toole as well. But this is where it's seemed to have settled once Josh McCormack came back from injury, and he's had a crack probably the last 2 or 3 weeks at 10, and today he's sort of settled into the role a little bit more.
Yeah, Maitland just looked to be getting the edge in the scrum battle early on. They've twisted him a couple of times and certainly put a little bit of pressure on Gareth Ernst picking up at the back. As a result, pressured kick and only made 10 metres.
It's certainly probably the due difference between the teams. You know, Maitland probably a little bit stronger in the forwards, but Merewether have probably got the points there in the back line.
Yeah, definitely. They play two contrasting styles. There's no doubt that Merewether will look to go wide at every opportunity, and obviously Maitland's strength in the past, at least, have been in that back row sort of forward area where they can channel up and make some inroads there. Again, here's Nathan Brennan. Beats one, beats two. A hard man to put down.
Yeah, come down from Singleton once the Bulls were out of the Premier competition, and second season here, and he's certainly been making an impact. Is that going out the full? That's very close.
Toddy Bout over there too, home favourite, mate. I thought he might have gone the way of the Blacks. Not that I'm questioning his integrity at any stage. Another quick throw here. Looks like Maitland wanted to play up-tempo game and get on with things fairly quickly.
Not wanting Merewether to settle at all. They've won that ball back. Nick Davison will take it back up. Just settling in the midfield here, the Blacks. They've had most of the ball, but Merewether had that 5-0 lead after that quick penalty down the left-hand side, and a little chip and chase, Blake Crichton crossing. It's the only difference between the two sides. Almost 15 minutes in.
Yeah, Maitland definitely getting into the grind now, aren't they? They've turned it over there.
High kick, not a bad option that in a day like today. Tough day for fullbacks. Jono, a little fumble, goes backwards, regathers. Could get isolated here. He's done well there, O'Toole. Tommy Quinn taking a little bit high, let go. That's probably fair enough. Merewether will get the scrum there. Blacks, too many hands in there. Not quick enough to the breakdown.
I think already Simon Ashworth, he must be getting a little bit of lip. He's called out Dan Runchell. He's certainly a referee that doesn't like much bat chat, so you're certainly not going to get anywhere questioning what he's doing, that's for sure. He's calling both skippers in for a little pep talk and maybe some message to tell the boys to button it up, I'd suggest.
Yeah, might be next one yellow card, could be.
And what he made the first 15 minutes is pretty much what we expected. Now Maitland, quick get into that forward orientated game where they're just digging away, looking for little holes, whereas Merewether, anytime they've got the ball, they've looked to spread it pretty quickly.
Yeah, absolutely. And certainly Maitland probably had most of the possession in that first 15 minutes, but yeah, it's just that, one bit of brilliance from Merewether. They had the chance on halfway, spread it quickly down the left-hand side and, got the biscuits. So, and that's what certainly their strength is, being able to attack so quickly and on the break.
Yeah, certainly. Look at their back three. Aidan Kelso, he's back in first grade this week. He returned from a shoulder and knee problem in second grade last week. He's certainly, I think he's played at least 100 games, and he gives them a real bit of strike power. But his defence is probably the thing for mine, and his direction from the back will be key.
Now Merewether, interesting here. 30 metres out, they've split their back line, and they're gone right. They've gone to the short side.
Again, pressure coming there from the Maitland scrum, and that just altered the timing there, and they're a bit out of rhythm and out of sync.
Probably the right idea, just the poor execution off that pressure. Merewether retain in midfield though.
They're stacked deep to the left here, the Greens. Mitch Frost there trucks it up. Quick calling ball at the back. Keith Barlow, he's had a bit of a look there. And
advantage.
Here, Ernst off again. No, a little isolated, just chucks it back very well. Great work there from Gareth Ernst. Good awareness, and had he have retained the ball there, I think it would have been stolen. So another penalty. That's back-to-back penalties again. They could prove costly for Maitland.
Yeah, absolutely. They'd probably be tempted. I mean, they could take the 3 here, but a little bit of a roll on. They've got the ball, and they may even want to keep it in hand. Pointed to the sticks. Going to take the 3.
Yeah, I think against the wind, any time you get an opportunity to at least have a shot for goal and absorb a bit of that time, they will, that's for sure. I don't think Merewether been in Maitland's half bar by the time they scored the try, and that was only from 2 quick taps. So
20-metre sprint. So Blake Crichton will line it up 22 yards out, just to the left of the uprights. Breeze shifting from left to right on your screen. So it may go against the normal right footer's curl of the kick. Crichton moves in. There he goes, straight through. It's 8-0 in favour of the Greens, 16 minutes in. And an 8-point advantage into the wind. You'll take that any day of the week.
Yeah, absolutely. I imagine here Maitland will again go long, try and pin Merewether in the corner, get a bit of possession and really try and mount some pressure. Every time they look like they've been about to crack the Merewether defence, they've made a little error. So they just need to stay patient and keep the ball in hand and try and string some phases together.
Merewether off the kick-off. 30 out, Gareth Ernst with the box kick. 3 well gone straight up and down there. So Gary Owen, drop ball. Maitland will get that back in some shape or form. Looks like it's going to be a scrum for the knock-on. 40 out on the western side of the ground.
Certainly a good opportunity here for Maitland to give their backs a bit of ball in space. Second time they've been in this position from an attacking scrum. I don't think I've seen Big Rob have the ball yet, the Fijian, so keen as mustard to see him get his hands on it, that's for sure.
And so it'll be interesting to see whether they just do a bit of an inside ball off the inside centre just to take a bit of field position, or they want to throw it around on halfway.
He's just had a quick message to the inside centre. I think Joshy Gray's hitting this up by the look of it.
Certainly the preferred option early on for the Blacks, that's for sure.
You've played a little bit on the pick and swing for the Blacks. Do you both get cold out there? Because you don't see much ball, Maitland, the wingers.
It's an extensive warm-up before the game, no doubt about that.
Am I right in thinking you got hypothermia one day?
Ended up in Maitland Hospital, it was tough. I had to ring Eve Naismith just to say I wasn't going to come into work that day.
As Maitland, I thought they were going to spin it wide there for a minute, but Josh Gray just straightened it up and he's turned the ball over.
Like we said, another mistake there from the Blacks. That certainly don't want them continuing to tick over for the afternoon, because the Greens will punish you. It comes down the left-hand side here. Greens just about on halfway. Ball lost.
Yeah, Maitland got a turnover here. Bit scrappy.
Taking it short side, the Blacks. In front of their crowd.
Come on, referees, off his feet, for Pete's sake!
The Welshman there in the background.
Natty's getting a bit restless here, mate. If it continues this way without any Maitland points, I think they'll get a bit livelier as well.
We are on the crowd signs, and it is Sponsors Day, so the second half could be interesting. Nathan Brennan again taking it forward. Beats two. Sets it up for the boys coming through there. Cunningham will take this.
Yeah, it's just too slow at the moment, isn't it? They're not getting that clean, quick possession. They're not cleaning them right through. It's pretty scrappy, no real clinical.
And even when they get the chance to set up, they've just made those mistakes, which has turned the ball over. But here, Maitland will get the penalty. Holding onto the ball, Merewether. Bringing the maul down there. Spreading wide quickly. Josh Gray. Up to the 22. Midfield. Spreading it left now, the Blacks. Dan Runchell. Maitland Blacks Warrior takes it off to the Fijian. Rob Basira brings it back inside. Still on the 22, still got the ball. Blacks trying to mount some pressure here. Trying to get their first points on the board. Try and reel in this 8-0 deficit they've got at the moment. Taking it right, McCormack through the gap, out wide, ball down. And it was only 7 days before that almost exact same play ended the same way as well. Quinn.
It's just that final pass, that final decision. They're just taking the wrong option, or the execution has been poor.
That could have been the chance they needed, but 8-0 that remains here at Marcellin Park. Round 12, we're here with Bar TV Sports, Josh Callan and Jim Gardner in the box. And Merewether, the visitors, have that 8-point advantage over the Maitland Blacks.
Yeah, they're just mauling it up here, looking for a bit of territory before they roost it downfield.
That's a very good kick. The wind keeping it in play though, making plenty of metres, almost back to the 22 of the Blacks. Tom Quinn will take this back, beats one, tackled by the second, but makes it back to halfway. Good defence by the Greens. And a pretty quick penalty there, but it is in favour of the Greens, and on halfway once again they'll have the ball, and I reckon they'll put this out and have another crack.
That's a coach killer, that one. Maitland had the ball secure, all they had to do was stay on their feet, recycle, but they just got a little bit lazy, lost their balance and went over, and straight away Simon Ashworth kills the penalty.
And
they take a quick tap here.
Good vision there. Oh no. Ball going down. Back to the Blacks. Oh, not what you want when you take that option.
He can shake his head all his life, but that was a knock on for all money. Aidan Kelso will be certainly not happy with that one.
Numbers to the right call there from Blake Crichton, but unfortunately the execution just let him down. Probably had the running there. They could have, if not scored, certainly made some good metres up to the 22 there. But Maitland Blacks will get it back, just their side of the half.
Merewether certainly shown that early, haven't they? Expect the unexpected. With this wind, there's no point really kicking to touch. You're not going to gain much ground there. So they're going to keep the ball in hand and try and move the bigger black side around the park and look for some holes and catch them unaware. Good scrum from Merewether.
Cunningham and McCormack. Dummies inside, out to the Fijian, Rob Basara. John O'Toole draws dummies. Well,
he's having an unhappy day on the right wing. If he was an opposition winger, I'd suggest the crowd would be giving him plenty by now.
The first pass went in front, the first pass went behind, and Tommy Quinn will be hoping the third one ends up on his chest so he can sprint down in front of the home crowd. But Merewether will get the ball back on halfway. Plenty of turnovers from the Blacks. It's really going to prove costly, I think.
Again, nice win at the front there by Sean Rich. They sprint it wide for a change. Jade Hetherington holds the pass up, just gets two hands back, nice placement. Good strong placement as Blake Crichton organises his troops here. Again, Adam Nolan punches up, one out. Merewether there in numbers.
Not wanting to push the pass, just setting it up until they're ready to go.
Well, Keithy Barlow showing some hands, but unfortunately just in front of him. it went from Mick Gill to Keith Barlow, front rowers, and then the final pass just slightly in front of Ed Clifton on the right wing, and he wasn't able to hang on to it. Again, another mistake and another turnover, this time in Maitland's favour.
So we've gone from the eastern to the western side with line-outs. Now we've got a scrum in favour of the Blacks on halfway, and again, it'll be interesting to see how they set up here, the back line on halfway. McCormack calling the shots.
Well, they haven't gone wide once from a set piece yet. They've always trucked it up in that inside centre channel, whether it's the number 8 coming off or Josh Gray just hitting it up and stepping on the inside back to his support. Interesting to see whether they actually give the ball a bit of air this time. Picked up again from the back, John O'Watton.
Crowd favourite, Wood. Taking it forward. Good play to the right.
Yeah, Davidson running with venom.
Breaks the tackle. Great run. 20 metres there from Davidson, leading the Anderson medal tally at the moment. Ball out in front. And we haven't got a tally on this, but that's almost close to double figures now in mistakes the Maitland Lakes have made in the opening 23 minutes.
Yeah, it looked like they had Merewether in 6s and 7s there. The defensive line wasn't quite set, so I think had they have gone wide, had they have kept the ball in the end, they may have caused them some dramas there. But again, that pass was just a little bit out in front. Whether Josh McCormack was thinking his next move rather than concentrating on the ball, I'm not sure, but was one you would probably expect him to catch.
Now, overall on the ladder, Jimmy, 3 points separate these sides. Merewether in 5th, Maitland in 7th. How do you think the rest of the competition is shaping up in that top 4? Is that almost done and dusted now?
Oh, there's a little bit of pressure on Waratah. Certainly the top 3 is done and dusted. I think Wanderers will be minor premiers. Hamilton will certainly run 2nd, and Southern Beaches have been in pretty good form. Waratah haven't shown what they're capable of yet. They lost last week when they probably didn't expect to in Nelson Bay. They're under a little bit of pressure, but they are starting to get some players back. That'll make a difference. The 5th spot's really the one that's open. You've got Merewether, Nelson Bay, who have been the surprise pack, and of course Maitland, who every year I expect more of Maitland, but they just don't seem to have been able to deliver the last couple of years. They certainly had the core of a good squad. For one reason or another, they just haven't been able to get that consistency.
Second grade have gone through undefeated, only lost 1 game the last 2 seasons in minor majors, but certainly not the same depth there for the Blacks this season, but they are still in the mix, and this one will be a crucial one for them because the next 2 weeks are the top 2 teams in Hamilton and Wanderers coming up. So
then I think they've got Nelson Bay and the Waratahs, so that team's all above them in the next 4 weeks, so it's a massive month certainly for Maitland. I know they'll be wanting James Johnson and obviously Steve Belcher back, but they've really got to get the job done here.
Yeah, that's right.
Especially start at home.
And especially getting beat by University on the road the other day in that high-scoring fixture. Very entertaining, not much defence, but plenty of attack, and ended up 46-39, I'm pretty sure. High score, but University, that was their first win of the season down there, and Maitland were on the back end of it.
Again, Merewether on the counter-attack. Patrick Aja takes the odds, also gets a penalty. Too high, ooh. Not sure about that one. I think that one might have been a little bit softer. The away team's benefited there.
The fans not happy with that upstairs here at Marcellin Park, but look, Merewether making their own luck there, taking the quick line out, getting another 10 metres and catching the Blacks unawares, and a bit of a lazy tackle and penalised for it. Now they're into the opposition territory, and Merewether will have the line out here on the western side of the ground.
Keen to have a look at this Merewether line out. Sean Ritchie's been a real find for him this season. Not jumping that one goes to the back, but he's certainly established himself as one of the better line out jumpers and callers in the competition. As Merewether go right, bit of enterprise.
Wrap around there. Don't see that very often.
As Peter Sterling always said, still the best move in rugby league. Not that we're playing rugby league, but it certainly creates the extra man and creates a bit of space.
And Blake Crichton was the man behind that. He's been calling most of the shots so far for the Greens.
Certainly 4 years away has done nothing to harm his ability, that's for sure. Very impressed with him early on. The other one too is young Jaden Hetherington. He started the year at 10. He's another of the New South Wales country under 20s. A single Nelson Bay kid originally, but has had 3 or 4 years at Merewether. He had a really good start at the season before a groin injury, but he seems to look a bit more settled at number 12. He doesn't have to make those decisions.
Blacks with possession, 40 metres out from their own line. Sean O'Connor.
He's a big lump of a lad, isn't he?
He is, yeah. He's been at the club now for a few seasons, played a fair bit of 2s, and this year with those injuries to Belcher and Jimmy Johnson, he's been called in to replace, and Bobby Tyner had no hesitation in calling him up. It's Josh McCormack lets loose with the win, back to the 22. Great take there. The fullback, Aidan Kelso. brings it back in hand, does well, draws, passes, and Merewether almost back to the halfway line.
Yeah, very good on the counter-attack, Merewether. Always have been. When they had Sam Clifton there and now Ed Clifton on the wing, it's just as we say it, they spill it. They make another error.
James Curran with a bit of a lofty pass there. I don't think Props should be doing that in midfield.
No, I'm sure if his old man Declan saw that, he'd have a thing or two to say. Certainly better off tucking under your arm and trucking it forward.
He obviously knew they had the advantage.
He certainly looks in pretty good shape though. He's last year he sort of looked a little bit sloppy, but it looks like he's been in the gym and he's sort of got that barrel chest going and certainly a powerhouse at loose head for the Blacks.
I'll give you the inside word on James Curran. It was touch football with the mighty Dingoes. The franchise started by none other than Michael Howe, former Black, who's just took out the 3rd Division title over in France with, it was only I think last week. And Michael Howe, he's got the Dingoes touch football team, and James Curran was a welcome recruit, scored a couple of good meat pies, but probably should be trucking it up here.
Absolutely. As the Blacks again. They've dominated possession this first half without any real reward. Here goes Josh Gray down the right flank. Ball comes inside. Luke Cunningham, hands on the ball. Another forward runner. Loose carry, but fortunate they give the ball back there, Maitland. Dan Rushell looks like he's going to tuck this under his wing and make a little surge forward. He's through too. Oh, nice little one-arm pass.
Josh McCormack, great pick-up.
On the toe.
Fantastic work there. I think that was Runchell again, picking it up off the ground. Blacks are close, and they go back.
This game, the Blacks needed that, didn't they? They needed someone just to take the bull by the horns and give them that something that little bit different. It was the captain, Dan Runchell. No surprises there. He's certainly the man that normally lifts them, whether it's through defence or through a run. And today it was a run. Saw Merewether a bit slack there, just close to the ruck, picked it up and off he went.
There's been constant errors sort of early on when they've been in that attacking part of the field, but that time it all stuck. A couple of little fortunate touches, some good pickups low to the ground, but eventually they were able to get it across the line. But Maitland Blacks hit back. That's 8-5 now in favour of Merewether. Kick to come from out wide to John O'Toole. Kicking with the wind.
Important kick this one with 10 minutes out from half time.
Bring the score within 1. O'Toole moves in, he struck it well.
They like it.
8-7. Maitland Blacks hit back. Now only 1 point separating the two teams. Yeah, nice little scurry down the short side there though. Dan Runchell started it off that ruck, made a few metres, and then it just all went from there. Josh McCormack got a little bit on the toe, a bit of a lucky bounce, but in the end the Blacks got over the line.
Yeah, they still had numbers there, didn't they, Maitland? That was the thing. The chase was good. Those things can come unstuck if you don't have the chase, and it was a couple of forwards that were doing the hard work that made the ground there. They won possession back. A couple of phases later, they're over.
Sets up an interesting last 10 minutes here on Bar TV Sports. Only 1 point separating the teams in round 12, Newcastle and Hunter Rugby Union. It's the match of the round, joined by Josh Cullinan and Jimmy Gardner from the Maitland Mercury and the Newcastle Herald. And Merewether take the kick, go straight down, route 1, down the middle.
All the time in the world, Josh McCormack virtually picked where he wanted to put that.
And he
sent it deep, magnificent kick.
Exactly what the doctor ordered there for the Maitland Blacks. Out of their half, using that wind. And now Merewether have got to take it back 10 metres their side of halfway.
Good steal at the front there from the Blacks. They're on the attack again.
Sean O'Connor beats 2,
Do it again.
beats 3. Excellent run there by the number 6. Cunningham clears out to McCormack down this right hand side again, and Nathan Brennan. Settling here the Blacks, couple of phases in a row, but it looks like Merewether have got the ball back here. If not in physical form, they have the advantage. Now the penalty, holding on, says the referee.
Yeah, the clean out just wasn't effective there, wasn't it? They got there, but they didn't go through and take the Merewether players out. They have their hands on the ball, and another penalty.
Almost into the sponsors there upstairs, Blake Crichton.
The penalty's certainly going in favour of the visitors side. I've got them 7-2 at this point, so while they haven't had a great deal of possession, they've certainly benefited from some penalties.
It looks like Dan Runchell may be addressing that very tally count as we speak there to the referee. Playing his 150th first grade game for the Blacks today. The skipper, the hooker, long time servant, and I'm sure he'll probably dish up some post entertainment with his guitar work as well once he's finished tonight.
Yeah, good to see him back at hooker too. He has played a bit of this season, certainly in the front row, but hooker certainly his best slot. Another great steal at the front. Ryan Vesper, I remember he used to be a referee, but he certainly turned into a bit of a merchant at the line out, that's for sure. Yeah,
Vessie's been given a second life in first grade this season, a few injuries, and he ended up there. And I think his first game was against Wanderers. He had a huge game, won a lot of line-out ball, and really unsettled the undefeated side. The form time of the team of the competition here wasn't much in that particular game. As Josh Gray goes down the left-hand side, and it was certainly that line-out that ensured that Bobby Tynan wanted to keep him. It was such an important part of the game. We've seen 2 line-outs in a row there against the run of play.
Yeah, just again, Maitland turned that ball over and looked like they bent the line at least. Josh Gray beat a couple of defenders. He just went to pop the ball back to Big Rob the Fijian, and it was a bit hard and a bit fast, and it bounced off his chest and a knock on. Merewether scrum, 7 minutes out from half time, 8-7 to the Greens.
So Merewether will set here. More than likely trying to get out of their own 22 with the kick. They're certainly set for that. They've done well there. They've set that up and taken the run.
Big Chris Ward.
Fantastic metres there, almost on the halfway, Merewether there.
It was as though Maitland were ready for the kick then, when they were all sort of on their heels, and Hayden also...
Set it up perfectly, run and play. Big Rob the Fijian, he won't be stopped. 5 metres out, all the way. Rob Basara off a Merewether mistake, almost on halfway. A fantastic bit of lead up there work by the Greens, but the Blacks pounce, and 40 metres out, the Fijian scores his first try for the club and puts the Blacks in front for the first time today.
Certainly, they probably didn't deserve that from the piece of passage before, but certainly once he got in a bit of daylight, there was no stopping him, was he? He was away.
Was certainly against the run of play, but taking the opportunity, we'll have a look at the replay here in a sec on Bar TV.
They're all sort of on their heels, and Hayden also...
Set it up perfectly, run and play. Big Rob the Fijian, he won't be stopped. 5 metres out, all the way. Rob Basara off of Merewether. The Blacks kick to come. John O'Toole taking it from just to the right of the uprights. Shaves the left-hand paint. He actually took a fair bit of paint off last week, Jimmy, with the 45-metre field goal against the East. It was in the dark, you could barely see it, but we've actually had to do a bit of a touch-up job on the crossbar with the paint.
Mate, there's nothing you don't know about Maitland, mate. You'll be the mayor of Maitland, surely, no doubt.
We're in conversation with Pete Blackmore at the moment. It was against Merewether that Jono actually potted one a few seasons ago, where Merewether were, I think it might have been 27 all at the time, and the kick from Jono, a similar distance, got them the win at home, and I'm sure the Blacks will be happy with any sort of win today, because in the lower grades, as Merewether get the penalty, take it quickly, and Luke Cunningham could be in some trouble here. I reckon he's going to spend some time in the bin.
Yeah, his patience is just about up. Yeah.
Slapping the ball out of Merewether's hands for the third time today, trying to take the quick tap, get on the front foot, and Luke Cunningham just trying to stop that play. He certainly did, but he's paid the price. He's going to be 10 minutes in the bin, so that's, well, a crucial time in any football game. 5 minutes this side of half time, and the first 5 after.
Yes, for sure, and it's your halfback as well. It's not just, you can normally make up for it if it's a breakaway or one of your inside centres or one of your outside backs, but halfback has his handled the ball more times than anyone, so interesting to see what adjustments they make here, the Blacks.
Well, my first thought, without being right next to Bobby Tynan, would be that John O'Toole may well slot from 15 into number 9, which then leaves fullback open, unless Josh Gray pushes back or one of the other wingers in Rob Williamson or Tom Quinn.
Well, John O'Toole's played for Newcastle at halfback, so yeah, he's certainly the man for the job.
As Merewether push that ball out on the western touchline, they'll have the line out. about 25 metres out. Successful win? No. They got the height, but weren't able to bring it down to Gareth Ernst. Blacks recycle that ball. Josh McCormack goes into an acting half. It looks like Tom Quinn has gone in, the winger has gone into number 9 to replace Luke Cunningham, who's just been given 10 minutes in the bin.
No, he's gone to fullback now. It's John O'Toole's in there.
Blacks just trying to organise themselves here. Sean O'Connor beats 2. Been quite strong today, Sean O'Connor. And there's John O'Toole. Now gets his hands on the ball. So Josh McCormack and a charge down there.
A bit lucky there, Maitland, to get away with that.
Oh, could have bounced the other way. There could have been another opportunistic try. Merewether in good field position to
Maitland
attack.
to restart quickly. Big Rob straightens it up, beats one. Pat Island comes across. Beautiful ball.
Josh Gray in a little bit of open space, bit of a shimmy. Holds it up. Smart play, lets his forwards come in, clean out. Maitland settle now. O'Toole to McCormack, inside to Brennan.
A couple of minutes to go before half time. Another score here would be enormous for Maitland.
Turned it over though.
Like another penalty.
Merewether, take the quick tap again. Spread it to the left. Got numbers. Oh, a little bit harsh.
He was a bit late on the whistle there, Simon Ashworth. He looked up and saw Merewether were off down the field. I mean, that penalty count's certainly something that Bobby Tynan will be addressing at half time, I'd imagine. There'll be some stern words. Sure, they can be unhappy with the referee, but they've got to adjust. If he's not letting them attack the ball at the breakdown, or he wants them to stay on their feet, they've just got to do it, mate. They're not going to win this one any other way.
Maitland Blacks a little bit fortunate and unfortunate there to have a man down. That was what brought that penalty back. Otherwise, Merewether were probably away down this left-hand side. The bad part is that Maitland Blacks could lose another man here. It looks like Ryan Vesper down with his shoulder. Just being checked out there by the medical staff.
Certainly, Dan Runch'll spend plenty of time talking to the referee. They're going to be on certainly good terms by the end of this. He talks to him more than I expect to my wife, I reckon.
The unofficial fourth official, Dan Runch'll.
He's certainly earning his 150th game, that's for sure.
I saw the Waratah boys here last year actually have 2 extra officials, the 8 and the 9. That was very interesting.
It looks like Ryan Vesper's okay. He's just stretching that shoulder, hands on hips now. They certainly need him because he's doing a great job at the front of the line, out spoiling and stealing plenty of possession. So
2 minutes to go on the clock, but probably a little bit of injury time to play as well. Merewether had the line out on the western side, regather and settle. 40 metres out, right hand edge. Spread it left, through the hands in the backs, sliding across. Blacks are able to scramble.
They're pretty much all sidewards there, and they really need someone to straighten up the attack.
Gareth Ernst goes left again. Connor O'Leary tackled on the halfway line. Or might have been a sneaky knock on there, but they get away with it. Merewether still on halfway, working it back to the midfield.
Well,
Gareth Ernst does take it left. Inside ball. Flat at best.
Flat at best, but we'll let them play on.
Ball's down, play on. Nathan Brennan with the ball. Blacks could break left here.
Pulls it back for a scrum. Merewether captain Gareth Ernst asking a few questions here this time. Frustration, I think, is both starting to show on both sides. It's just the little things that are sort of letting them down at the moment. They're not being able to get that continuity going because they're either spilling the ball or making little errors.
Maitland 12, Merewether 8, nearing half-time, round 12, Newcastle and Hunter Rugby Union. You're here with Bar TV Sports. Josh Callan and Jim Gardner with you. Maitland have the scrum. Picked up by Jono Wooten, going short side. Jono O'Toole with him. Goes himself.
Yeah, good defence there from the Greens. They read that pretty early.
He's got to be close to out there. Might have got away with it. Sean O'Connor definitely had his foot on the line there.
Looks like they got a... Do I see the referee penalty advantage here?
Certainly looks that way. Maitland still have the ball though, playing advantage. 40 metres out, Dan Runchell offloads. Nick Davison takes it up, leading the Anson medal points this season. Now it's with the backs. Out to Rob, the try scorer for the Blacks. Fijian recruit. Josh Gray having a look. Goes blindside.
Yeah, they just need to get organised. They're a bit flat, the Blacks.
Hasn't helped with Luke Cunningham in the bin, their halfback. Down a man. If not at least scoring, they'll be at least looking to hold on to this lead going into half-time with a man down. And then James Curran throws an absolute hospital ball.
Mate, I'll be suggesting he'll be barred from touch footy next off-season, mate.
There'll be stern words in the Dingoes camp, don't worry about that.
They're on the attack here, the Greens.
The left.
This is when they're at their best, with a little broken field running. Pops the pass for O'Leary. Oh, caught a little bit high there, but no, it's okay. They go to the right. Adam Nolan trucks it up, takes two, nearly lost the ball there. Gareth Ernst, numbers to the right here, the Greens. Here comes Mick Gill, straightens it up again, little step. Oh, out the back, Pat Ireland picks it up, good hands. The Greens are growing in confidence here.
Looking very dangerous, have an extra man. They'd love to get one on the stroke of half-time, regain that lead. Setting it up.
They're stacked to the left. Blake Crichton takes it to the line. Inside man. Aiden Kelso at pace. A little beautiful little pop. Only a metre or so out now. Again, penalty advantage.
Greens have the advantage as well, and they will get that now. They'll get that penalty.
Possibly the best passage of play the last 2 minutes for the whole game.
And it's probably come when Merewether they've actually had the ball in the 25 and they've had it for longer than a few phases.
Yeah, their support play was great. They didn't have to commit too many to the breakdown. They popping nice little passes on the inside, on the outside. In the end, Maitland did well to scramble, although they're going to give up 3 points here for sure. Again, the referee have another word with Dan Runchell.
Could be on the verge of another card here if someone else has another indiscretion.
There's these two guys.
Big call here from Merewether. They certainly would have got some confidence out of that last little surge. Do they take the scrum or do they take the gift 3 points?
Take the three, you're still one behind going into half-time, but they are points on the board going against the win. However, like you said, look dangerous on that play and an extra man.
It looks like they're taking the odds, taking the kick.
So Blake Crichton will line it up. The penalty kick to the left-hand side of the uprights, 15 metres out. Kicking with the wind, going from left to right on your screen, out of the west here. Always out of the west here at Marcellin in winter. Nice and chilly off the Barringtons. But Merewether probably looked the more dangerous so far this half, really, with the ball in hand, but Maitland had the lead after taking that opportunity down the right.
Yeah, certainly when they've had possession, they've had a little bit of field position, they've certainly looked quite enterprising, haven't they? They've been their support play's been very good. They are doing a lot of looping in that back line. Maybe they need to straighten up a little bit. That's probably the only minor criticism of them when they got the ball in hand, but with their wins at the back, they'll certainly be confident coming back out of half-time.
Blake Crichton successfully puts the ball over the black dot. That's 3 points. 12-11, half-time, round 12, Newcastle and Hunter Rugby Union. Good. Welcome back to the second half of round 12 Newcastle and Hunter Rugby Union match of the round at Marcellin Park. It's Merewether up against Maitland, and as the hosts make a meal of that kick-off, somehow they've been able to hold on to that. That looked like a knock-on for sure. But Maitland do have the lead. They're 12-11 ahead of Merewether at this stage. 2 tries in the first half to the Blacks. Merewether with 1, a conversion, and also the penalty as well. In the earlier games today, Merewether Carlton was successful in all 3. Second grade, 38-17, 34-29 in Colts, and 28-11 in third grade. So at the moment, Merewether looking, well, certainly hoping to seal a 4-0 victory here at Marcellin Park. But the Blacks will certainly be trying to stop that 4-0 result, especially on Sponsors Day. They've got the ball in their half, and we're joined back now with Jimmy Gardner with potentially a few halftime updates from around the NHRU. As the ball goes downfield, Merewether regather, set. Midfield bomb, but it's got a fair bit of size on it. Josh McCormack under it, fantastic take. Tom Quinn takes it back to about the halfway mark. The Blacks will settle. John O'Toole in at halfback with Luke Cunningham still in the sin bin. Sent from the field for 10 minutes for a professional foul. He'll have 5 minutes to serve this side of half time. Down the left-hand side in front of the home crowd, Dan Rutchell bringing it forward in his 150th first grade game for the club. O'Toole to Brennan. Strong running game today, Brennan. O'Toole goes right, it's Davidson. Back into the mess. Makes a couple of metres, but a good strip there. That's Mick Gill. And Gareth Ernst relieves the pressure with a box kick downfield. No one at home for the Blacks. Rob Williamson cleaning up. Takes it back right. Midfield, 40 out. A lot of Blacks sucked into the breakdown there. But they've got the penalty. Bit of a relief there. And Jimmy Gardner will have the halftime scores.
Yeah, some close games around the grounds here today. Southern Beaches have the lead over Wanderers, unbeaten Wanderers, 10-7 at half-time. Hamilton look like they're doing it pretty easy over University, 29-5. At Waratah Oval, Waratah 19, East 12, and what is apparently, from all reports, a pretty spiteful one. So yeah, some interesting scores, particularly that Southern Beaches one over Wanderers at half-time.
That could be a massive result in the context of this competition, that's for sure.
Yeah, there's certainly a bit of feeling between those two clubs as well, so it would be nice and willing out there at Alan Davis Field, for sure.
We played down there a couple of weeks ago, the Blacks, on a pretty wet and muddy old day actually, out the back there. It was tough to find. A few blokes were a bit late.
They're about to get a $2.5 million development there, which will turn into quite a decent facility in the next season or two. What do you think the message was, particularly from the Maitland coach at half-time?
Certainly none of that, not dropping the ball in midfield, but look, I think it'll be ball control. I think that was a big difference. When they did hold the ball, they gave themselves a chance, got that try down the right-hand side. The second try, obviously, was a little bit more opportunistic, but yeah, just ball retention, I think. They just can't afford to keep giving Merewether the chance because they'll take them, especially in their second half.
They certainly seem to have come out with a bit more vigour. They seem to be sitting a bit deeper and hitting the ball a bit harder.
What about Merewether? What's the message out of the sheds there?
Interesting for them because they're a team that doesn't really like to play with a good kicking game, but with this win they'll be in two minds. Do they keep the ball in hand where they've been so effective in the first half, or do they try and play for a bit of field position? I think the balance, obviously they'll try and come up with a mix of both, but yeah, I can see plenty of the game being played in that far right hand corner.
Yeah, certainly where that wind is blowing from left to right on your screens and down towards the scoreboard, where the end that Merewether are running towards this half. As Merewether set up 40 metres out with a line out. Luke Cunningham has come back on for the Maitland Blacks, so they now have the full complement of players, and Ryan Vesper for at least the third time this afternoon stealing the Greens line out ball. Maitland have it back.
Looks to have been a change too, the Merewether side at half time. I think Chris Ward, he certainly went down with an ankle injury just before the break. I don't think he's returned as Gareth Ernst makes a nice little dart from the back of a ruck.
Looks like he was stretched off like Neymar in the World Cup this morning, actually.
Yeah, I think it might have been a little bit more damage than that, but less theatrics, that's for sure. Merewether flat there. The bunch on the right. Sean Rich ducks his head down, just looking to get recycled possession. Gareth Ernst, another runner. This time the inside ball to Aidan Kelso. They've been doing that a lot. Aidan Kelso looming up on that inside, looking for a hole.
It's a dangerous play, especially off Crichton. Good vision. Scored the first try for Merewether. Open the scoring. 12-11 in favour of the Blacks.
Blacks got a turnover here.
Ball high into the open midfield. Favourable bounce. A lot of work there to do for Eddie Clifton.
Stops, weaves. They've got him surrounded there. He's in trouble here. Yeah, good chase by the Blacks. They hemmed him towards that, shoved him towards that corner, and then quick line out. Off they go.
Best bit of McCormack. Curran.
Well, he's not going to pass it this time. I suggest he's got the call at half time. Tuck that ball under your wings, son.
Tap on the shoulder from Bobby Tynan.
Well, good drive here, good counter-rucking from the Greens.
Blacks will lose that ball. Have lost it physically, also the advantage to Merewether. Down out, 22 out. They have to reset quickly here, Maitland.
Numbers to the right.
Crichton off the right hand.
Yeah, good tackle.
Gareth Ernst goes now to left.
Big Keith Barlow, the big English prop, takes it forward. Ball at the back, and it's a bit slow to get there. Mick Gill, former 5'8" in rugby league.
Oh, nice ball, and that's why. Great ball. Aidan Kelso draws the fullback under the post. Billy Dunn.
It's a move they've tried a couple of times now. It's been off Blake Crichton previously, but Mick Gill jumps in and takes the role of playmaker. Of course, he started his career as a 5'8" in the inside centre in rugby and also played a bit with Manly Sea Eagles at halfback, so certainly no queries that when he's got the ball in his hands.
Good vision, good composure, good delivery, and it was all through for Aidan Kelso there, busting through, drawing the fullback, and Billy Dunn having nothing more to do than just circle around the goalpost, put it under the black dot, and give Merewether the lead back, which they first had straight up in round 12, Newcastle and Hunter Rugby Union. It's now 16-12, kick to come in front.
Mick Gill, former 5'8" in rugby league.
Oh, nice ball, and that's why. Great ball. Aidan Kelso draws the fullback under the post. Billy Dunn. The reward, other than a penalty just before half time, Jimmy pointed out, was probably their best passage of play, and that was, if not the best, that was certainly second best, and resulted in not only 5 but now 7 points, with Blake Crichton putting that over. It's Merewether 18, Maitland 12, only 7 minutes gone in this second half, round 12, Newcastle and Hunter Rugby Union. You're on Bar TV Sports with Josh Callanan and Jimmy Gardner.
Certainly the start Jason Toby would have wanted, straight after half time, hitting back. With some good play too. It wasn't, it was a well worked try, and hopefully there's more of it.
Clearing kick there from Merewether, staying in play, but getting a favourable bounce. John O'Toole really hoping this is going to go to the dead ball, but it's going to hold itself up. That's inches in it, inches in it. Jono's going to have to place that down. Now back to fullback after a little cameo at half while Luke Cunningham was off for the Blacks. Sinbind, now 15 on 15. And that's ended up a very good move for Merewether. Favourable bounce, int perfect in the end, holding up in the in goal. Josh Gray does well there. A little bit unorthodox, but got a nice bounce.
Certainly low and flat, 3-iron.
Probably a few golf balls circulating on these outside fields here at Marcellin.
Yeah, great response from Blake Crichton. He had plenty of time. Took the ball to the edge of his 22. Nice deep kick. Again, Merewether on the attack, but Maitland with the throw into the line out.
So now 6 points in it. So that penalty goal just before half time, even though Merewether were behind through that decision going into the break, 1 down, it certainly proved a good decision. Now that they've been able to get that converted try early in the second half, take advantage of that point.
Again, a bit lucky there, Merewether. Yeah, they look to have lost that from the line. The line's been a real problem for them today. It's certainly been one of their strengths previously, but Maitland doing a great job of getting up at number 2, if not winning the ball, spoiling it and making life very difficult for Gareth Ernst, the Merewether halfback.
So Maitland will have the scrum, right-hand side of the field, 30 metres out.
They really need to respond here, mate. And their season potentially is on the line here. If they lose this one, they could be 8 points adrift from 5th. I know there's still a long way to go, but they've got a very tough run over the next 4 weeks. They really need to lift and find something.
No doubt there, Dimmy. This is a crucial one for the Blacks. Top 2 teams the next 2 weeks. But right now it's this game against the Greens. Josh Gray, the inside centre.
I'd like to see Timo, that'd be an interesting sight. John O'Toole just off his hip pocket there. He's getting his head through the line. He just needs that little man in support. I think they could certainly be away. They could certainly find some holes.
He's here today, Tim, if you want to give him the call up.
I think he holds the record for most games for Blacks, doesn't he?
Well, he's certainly got a lot. And he was an Anderson medal winner, actually, back in the day in the 70s or 80s.
We go the Greens. Trying to clean up at the back there. Good work from Eddie Clifton.
Well, it might have been lost. Been able to retain. O'Toole on the 22. Runs it back. Looks up. Dabs it through. Bit of a grabber. Nearing the sideline. And that's an excellent reply there. Aiden Kelso. O'Toole bringing it back once again. Long pass, right to left. Josh Gray, good ball runner. Decides to give it. Fijian Rob Bissara, the try scorer in the first half. Back to Gray.
Well, that's the enterprise, a bit of enterprise. That's what we want to see. Nick Davison trucks it up. Again, good metres.
Short side again to Runchell.
Oh, great.
Massive tackle. That's huge. Upended.
19-year-old on 30-year-old, giving him about 20 kilos too, I'd suggest. He picked him up and sat him on his backside. Great tackle by Jaden Hetherington.
And that ground there at Marcellin doesn't get any softer as the year goes on. Nathan Brennan now. 22 out to the left of the uprights.
Calling it left.
22 out. Blacks trying to hit back. 6 points behind.
They're in a bunch here, the Blacks. They need to get a bit more organisation. I'd like to see that the outside backs get the ball again.
Just trying to steady the ship, looks like first up.
Yeah, Nathan Brennan, another run.
Ooh, could have been in a bit of trouble there, lucky with the flick pass. Kurt Courtney taking it forward. Now inside the 22. Josh McCormack, the 5'8", delivers inside to O'Toole. Still on the 22.
Nathan Brennan again sticks his hand up.
Plenty of hit-ups. Oh, now they've lost it. Ooh. Have the advantage.
A bit lucky there, Maitland, I think. A bit lucky there. They've got away with one there.
Have to agree.
Still interesting, do they take the points here? You think they're on offer, they would.
Reads it like a crystal ball. John O'Toole will line up the kick, looking to bring the Blacks back within 3 points of Merewether. Man down there though. It was probably the best passage of play there though from Maitland. Ball in hand, quite a few continued phases back to back. Unable to get the try, but promising signs.
Yeah, Nathan Brennan's been impressive, hasn't he? He's certainly gained a lot of confidence from that stint in the Newcastle team, and then he went away with the country squad for a training camp. He certainly, in comparison from him in the rep team to now, he seems to be playing a lot more dynamic. He looks to be maybe shed a little bit of weight. He's picked up his pace, and he's actually putting a bend in the defensive line, not just trucking it up and recycling the ball.
He's certainly been one of the Blacks' best assets this season, that's for sure. Time blown back on. O'Toole will line up the penalty kick. Left to right. The breeze at Marcellin Park. 22 out, just to the left. Makes no mistake. Maitland now 15, Merewether 18. 13 minutes into the second half. Round 12, match of the round, Newcastle and Hunter Rugby Union with Bar TV Sports, live online. Josh Callan and Jim Gardner here calling the shots for you. And Merewether with the ball, 3 points in front. Kicking off with the breeze, holding it up. Nick Davidson struggling there to take it, but Tom Quinn cleaning up the scraps. O'Toole looked to clear here and gets it outside the 22. Still a dangerous position there though for Merewether, and there's a good chance if they can actually secure this line-out ball, it's a good chance for the backs, 30-40 metres out to have a crack out wide here.
Yeah, certainly a good platform for sure. I think they'll again look to Jaden Hetherington or perhaps get Aiden Kelso would chime in. They don't look to have anything special on it, but the blindside winger now coming across. First and foremost, they've got to win this ball nice and clean off the top.
Well played. Oh, could have been a little knock on. It's been let go. Gareth Ernst. No half.
They're coming around the corner here, the Greens.
Mick Gill, nice ball again. 22 out, just to the right of the uprights. Right once more.
Little Hetherington takes it at the line. Ball at the back, a bit sloppy there. Penalty coming Merewether's way. Yeah, this breakdown's been it's been a real scrap, hasn't it?
Very much. And another quick tap. Not for the first time this afternoon. Oh,
not back to 10 there.
So Merewether will have the ball back here. Be interesting, with the breeze here coming from the west, whether they'll take the 3, go ahead 6, or they'll try to push on and get that try and really put the Blacks to bed here in the second half. Discussions at the moment, but Blake Crichton looking to the sideline for the kicking tee, and it's being run onto the field at the moment.
I think you'll find whenever Merewether get in Maitland's territory, the points are an offer, they'll take them for sure. Particularly once you're in front, stay in front in theory.
Especially with this breeze being on the right side here, right to left, kicking with it. Nice strike, and should be all over here for Blake Crichton.
Louis going. Cheery on your boots!
They are a bright set of boots too, aren't they? They've got a bit of pink, a bit of green, a bit of blue up. I reckon he's got them straight off the streets of New York for sure.
Crichton moves in. It's gone to the left, but it has gone out. Maitland will have the restart from inside their 22.
He's in the red.
For Merewether's sake, they'll be hoping that doesn't prove costly later on today. High ball from Josh Gray, outside.
There he is.
Over the halfway line. Ball on the deck. They recover. Come down the right-hand edge. Connor O'Leary, over halfway. Resetting here, the Greens. Short ball. Crowd thought it was forward. Looked fine from here.
And they're coming around the corner, set on the left here, the Greens.
That 6 blokes set. Again, Mick Gill just sort of pivots there, doesn't he?
Yeah, Aiden Kelso's just living in his pocket at the moment. He's very involved for a fullback, isn't he, with the ball?
Yeah, he's been good today, Aiden Kelso. Green still got the ball. Big hit there from John O'Wharton.
Yeah, he raced out of the line and really put the acid on him.
Gareth Ernst, little scoot. 30 out. To the left of field. Advantage to Merewether. Try and keep the ball in hand here.
Oh, interesting. Play for the tap, play for the penalty, then took the quick tap.
Well,
but he's been called back.
Little deliberate knock on, but obviously with the eye to try and get on with the play pretty quick there, Gareth Ernst. Clever little play.
Geez, he's been great for Merewether since he's made the trip down from Singleton, I think maybe 4 years ago now. He wasn't going to play at the start of the year, but they convinced him to go to pre-season training, and he got so much enthusiasm and energy out of the young boys coming through, he decided to continue to track. So he drives down from Singleton Tuesdays, Thursdays, and also to play. A big commitment, but he's certainly getting the rewards from it.
He guides the troops around well. Gareth Ernst, here he is with the ball, out to Crichton. Cross into the back line, inside, loose carry, been able to hold on there. 30 out, right side of field.
dead 10 hours.
Merewether looking to extend this 3-point lead. 18-15 in their favour at the moment. Turnover.
Yeah, loose carry there, just a bit sloppy, Pat Island. Josh Gray's got the ball,
The other kids
but they are camped in their own quarter here up Maitland.
Davidson back into the mixer and tries a flick pass.
Matthew Gidley, he's not, mate. I think on the evidence of that one, you're better off taking that to ground and resetting again. But I guess it's not desperation time yet. They're only 3 points behind here, mate. And what they've got to do is get down this end of the field and apply a bit of pressure, string some phases together and try and wear Merewether down.
Waiting for Tamana Tahu to pop out there down the left-hand side. Yeah, they've really got to weather this storm. Merewether have had most of the play here in the second half, and if they can weather this, they'll still be in the mix. But you feel if they get one, it could be a few more later this afternoon.
Looks like they've learned their lesson. They're not going to the front of the line anymore. Merewether going to the back, and that was well won by Adam Nolan.
Down the bottom. If it's like here, the wind blowing in it.
How's your report?
Just
Yeah, right.
Merewether penalised there for holding on. Obviously, not enough support there at the breakdown. Maitland managed to get their hand on the ball and won a penalty. Great reliever.
Not quite making the metres he would have liked to there, Jono, but into touch. Maitland will have the line out. Good win there by Brennan. Cunningham to McCormack. Into the midfield, 30 out. Cunningham to McCormack again, to Gray. Off to Basara, the try scorer. The first half, beats one. Goes inside to McCormack. Might have gone back. Been let go. Maitland trying to win the ball back, but Merewether will clear out courtesy of Gareth Ernst. He's done well there. Was that inside the 22? Might have only just. It was very close there.
Yeah, Maitland certainly look dangerous when they give the ball when they give it a bit of width. The Fijian impressive once he gets in a bit of space. Maitland throwing to the line out. Well, a little halt and play here. Maitland player down just receiving some attention. Looks like Josh McCormack. He had an injury interrupted start to the season, so let's hope this is not too serious. Of course, looking at him and his brother Ryan, they're certainly two different builds, aren't they?
Absolutely, couldn't get any different between two brothers. Josh, the leaner of the two, sort of loose moving, good ball runner. Ryan, much stockier, tougher, harder, style of 5'8" with a massive boot on him. Josh, I don't know how much of 5'8" he actually played down in Sydney when he was down with Eastern Suburbs, but certainly been there for the last 3 weeks and trying to make the most of his chance at number 10. But probably the organisational skills of Ryan have been missed throughout the year with his injury.
He's got a knee injury and it sounds like it might be for the season too. Last report I had.
Yeah, he had surgery maybe a couple of months ago now. It was on some meniscus and tried to come back through seconds, but it just wasn't quite ready. So may well be a write-off for him this season.
As Maitland bring it out from their own end.
Midfield, 30 out. Blacks have got the ball, 3 behind. Merewether lead, 18-15. Josh Gray down the left there. They go left once more. Outside, inside, Davidson takes it. Creeping towards halfway. Big hit. Massive
big Keith Barlow, the big Englishman.
Oh, there's a lot of imports playing at the moment, is there, around the comp, Jimmy?
Yeah, there is. I've never seen as many. And from all parts of the world too. Argentina, New Zealand, obviously a big influx from New Zealand, but England, Wales,
Belgium,
USA, they're everywhere, mate. Keith Barlow caught in the wrong place at the wrong time. They're really a reflex action to put his hands on the ball, but clearly offside. Opportunity for Maitland to put it in the corner and mount some pressure. And
Looks like the Blacks have taken the crowd advice here and they're going to kick for touch down for that corner. Trying to bridge that gap, trying to virtually keep their season alive, but they've done the dummy. Jono takes, O'Toole takes the tap. Brennan trucks it forward, looking for the 5-pointer. Davidson up to the 22, middle of the park. Cunningham, McCormack, Gray, hits the hole, down the right hand side, beats one, beats two, beats three, try time!
Oh, did he get this one down?
Josh Gray,
He's conferring.
he thinks he did.
He's conferring
Ref-
with the touch judge.
Uncertainty with the officials.
He wants to try. Yeah, it was a great run. He beat 3 or 4 defenders and powerful burst. He's been threatening to do that all game, but just hasn't quite gone outside the man. He used a good fend there, and there was no stopping. He just powered to the line over 20 metres.
It's the very reason Blacks coach Bobby Tynan has instilled Josh Gray at inside centre for his ball running capabilities. Had the chance, got on the outside of his defender, beat him, beat a second, and then beat a third to get across the line and put the Blacks in front, 20-18. A kick to come here against Merewether, round 12, Newcastle and Hunter Rugby Union. Cunningham, McCormack, Gray, hits the hole, down the right hand side, beats one, beats two, beats three. Try time!
For me, certainly good enough for the crowd here, that's for sure.
If it had gone upstairs, it might have been a different story, but no video umpire today. O'Toole with the kick, goes wide. It's a 2-point lead to the Maitland Blacks at home here at Marcellin Park. 20, Merewether 18. 25 minutes gone in this second half, 15 to go. You're on Bar TV Sports, live here, round 12, Newcastle and Hunter Rugby Union, match of the round. The Blacks up against the Greens. Josh Callanan and Jim Gardner, your commentators, as John O'Toole puts the ball out. Be a Merewether line out on the western touchline, oh sorry, on the eastern touchline.
Very important line out this one. Merewether have been going to the back the last 3 or 4. Have had a little bit of joy there, but with this wind over in that corner, it makes it a lot a bit more difficult for the line out thrower. Mick Gill, of course, a converted hooker, but making a fair fist of it today. He hasn't had too many dramas with reference to getting the ball in straight. He's away from the little ball boy. He's had to run halfway to Raymond Terrace and back to fetch that one.
He's going to earn his pie and cake this afternoon.
And looks like the referee's coming to the sideline here too, so we might have a bit of a hold up here. Interesting. They've asked for an official ball boy. Okay, important things for the referee to look after.
Right. As you do.
As you do.
I thought he was coming over for one of those Wallaroo burgers that were on offer at the Caney before.
Mate, I wouldn't mind a Wallaroo burger.
I'm hanging out for one. Of course, Margaret Watson and Molly Gray, two Hunter Wallaroos who are here today. Just a bit of a presentation at half-time for them ahead of next month's Women's Rugby Union World Cup as Gareth Ernst breaks through, 22 out. Now only 15 out for Merewether. If they can keep the ball here and spread it right, they could be over for a try. Midfield, 10 out, down by 2, looking to get back in front.
They don't have much on here. I think there's going to be another forward runner.
Steadying the play.
Trying to suck in a few defenders. Sizing up.
Now they go, Crichton, fantastic hands. Working it back now from right to left. Mick Gill, oh there it is again to Aidan Kelso, this one just short.
The support a little bit slow there, but Mick Gill inches there, yeah. Mick Gill's over.
Good try there for Merewether, well built up. Mountain of possession. Not a mountain, that's probably the wrong, just a few phases back to back in the opposition, 25. And it's resulted in a try. Mick Gill under the post, kick to come, puts them back ahead, 23-20.
Again, set up by Aidan Kelso, hitting the line of that inside ball. They've done it all day, and Maitland still haven't woken up to the fact that they're attacking that channel.
Well, the first one that resulted in the try to Billy Dunn was on the outside. That one coming on the inside. It's just Mick Gill. Oh, there it is again to Aiden Kelso. This one just short.
The support a little bit slow there, but Mick Gill inches there. Yeah.
Fantastic work from Merewether. Back-to-back phases. Resulted in a 5-pointer. 13 minutes to go. Taken quickly. Crichton makes no mistake. It's 25 to the visitors. Merewether over. Maitland 20. 13 minutes to go. It's a very important try.
The restart super important here for Merewether. They need a good take, get the ball back down the other end, and basically make Maitland run the length of the field if they're going to want to score a try and get back in this game. It's a bit of a nothing kick. Restart that one. Didn't have much height in it. Just went in between the 22. Nice easy take for Merewether.
Clearing kick there from Merewether. Crichton goes downtown. Tom Quinn. Well taken. Goes to 2 O'Toole. Then to Williamson. Straightens. 30 out. Middle of the ground.
Yeah, they're a bit lazy there, mate. A lot of their forwards were still getting back on side when Merewether were doing their best work at the breakdown. They're forced to turnover. They'll be on the attack again.
So Maitland once again will be forced to defend.
Yeah, Blake Crichton again, showing he's not afraid to roll the sleeves up and get in amongst it with the forwards as well. Did enough to slow the ball down there in the second wave, the counter ruck from the Greens, and they win the scrum.
25-20 in favour of Merewether. Your round 12 Newcastle and Hunter Rugby Union match of the round on Bar TV Sports. Merewether scrum, midfield, 30 out, off the 8 to the 9, Crichton. Takes it through the back line. Set to the right.
Keith Barlow trucks it up. Looks like Pat Island will come off Mick Gill's hip here. Oh, a little knock on.
Turnover. Sigh of relief there for Maitland, especially after conceding that try only minutes ago.
Starting to get into the championship rounds now. 10 minutes to go. Maitland need to get down this end of the park.
Not only really for this game, but really their season.
A couple of replacements now we're seeing from Maitland. New loose head prop on.
Corey Pasma, has come on there.
Mick Gill just doing up his shoelaces, taking a couple of deep breaths. Allowing his forward packs to have a little rest.
Looks like for James Curran. Well, looks like Sean O'Connor has just come to the side of the field, and Steve Belcher might be there on the side of the scrum. He is.
He'll certainly, you think, will pick the tempo up, won't he? Fresh legs, a bit of urgency.
This could
exactly
be
what Maitland need.
Yeah, the injection, exactly what they need from Steve Belcher. And he's come on. He had a neck injury that kept him out of last week, but Bobby Tyner may give him the tap on the shoulder.
It shows the importance of this game.
John O'Wooten off the back of the scrum. Right option, poor execution there though. Missed Josh Gray on the run. Merewether get the ball back. Maitland forced to defend again here. Gareth Ernst trying to beat the new prop on, Corey Pasma.
It was a nice little pass, but I don't think he was expecting it there from the front row.
And despite the knock on, Merewether will get it back. An advantage being played by the referee. About 25 out, just to the left of the uprights. Merewether ball. Lead by 5. 10 minutes remaining. Tight contest.
Big scrum this for Maitland. They need to try and put a wheel on here. Certainly at least get Merewether attackers on the back foot. Takes it up from the back. Oh, they've held him up here. Good work by the Maitland. Some more.
Oh, they've turned it. Turned a bit of toe by Merewether. Rob Williamson, good pickup. Runs into 3 green jerseys, pops it up. Josh McCormack, chip and chase from his own try line. Back to the 22, Steve Belcher, first touch of the afternoon.
He gets the ball back. They're going down the short side.
Brave play by McCormack. And it's seen Maitland move, now 40 metres out.
Josh Gray again, bustling run.
Taking it short side again, needs some help. Blacks get there. Nathan Brennan beats one, carries a second, carries a third, over halfway.
Crowd's starting to get into it now, they can feel something coming here.
10 minutes to go. It's all on the line here, both teams pushing for that 5th spot. And a win here today, round 12, match of the round, Newcastle and Hunter Rugby Union. You're live on Bar TV Sports. Jono Wooten for the Blacks, looks like it might have been a mistake.
Yeah, popped one out the back, the support player wasn't ready for it.
Where they have it back, Gareth Ernst, box kick over the top, John O'Toole on the other side of the field, a lot of work to do. Big chase there by the winger, Eddie Clifton.
Yeah, again, great awareness from Gareth Ernst, saw that John O'Toole wasn't at home. Put the little box kick in, good chase from Eddie Clifton, now the Greens on the attack with the line out, 20 metres out.
Time off called. Another replacement here for Merewether, looks like may have just come on. Number 11, Eddie Clifton off, replaced by the 22. Also, looks like the other winger's off too, number 14. Patrick Aru.
Important line out this for the Greens.
So a couple of replacements for the Greens.
Again, they go to the back.
Missed time jump there by Josh McCormack. Merewether pick it up off the bounce. 10 out.
Keith Barlow trucks it forward again.
Strong defence by the Blacks, but Merewether still on the attack.
Looks like they've won this, Maitland. Great work. They just got under him, didn't they, and rather lift the ball.
Yeah, no worries. You're not going to run it out from your own half.
Run there by Belcher, trying to get involved.
Let's go.
Runchell, his 150th first grade game for the Blacks. Batted down, Maitland regather. Williamson tackled on the left. Maitland retaining possession. Can't afford to turn it over here. Only 22 out. Play called up by the referee here.
Yeah, going nowhere there, that one. It looks like it's going to be a Maitland feed.
Looks like another replacement they were running on there for Merewether. Just dashed down the sideline.
James Snedden, front rower, going on for, looks like Pat Island. Interesting call.
He came in at number 8. Wasn't named in the program. Gets a clap from the crowd as he goes past.
Yeah, Mick Gill, bit of a reshuffle down the pack. Mick Gill go to the side of the scrum. James Snedden will pack it at loose head, and Billy Dunn will go to hooker.
So Maitland feed inside their own 22. Trail by 5. 5 minutes remaining in regular time. Possibly some injury time as well. McCormack dummies to Gray. Goes to the Fijian Rob, the try scorer for Maitland in the first half. Play on, says the referee. Might have been turned here.
Blacks out the back to Maitland.
Lucky to hold on to that. And O'Toole clearing kick. Relieves a bit of pressure. They do need to get that ball back. They do need a try to get themselves something out of this game. If only a draw, conversion would also see them ahead, but a lot of work to do. They've got to get out of their own half first. Merewether with the ball, in control, 5 points up. 5 to go.
Short line out here, they've got a couple of forwards standing out.
Well taken. Merewether retained possession.
Adam Nolan hits it up. Just getting to the ad line there. They're looking a bit tired, Merewether, actually. No wonder I'm not surprised they put some fresh legs on as they go left.
Oh,
again,
McGill,
Mick Gill.
dummy, show and go to the winger, the replacement, chip and chase. O'Toole coming across, not going to be quick enough. Has the ball gone out? That's the question Maitland's asking. That's try time, Merewether. Fantastic play, great counter attack once again, breaking quickly down the left hand side. Mick Gill once again the provider, a chip and chase by the replacement winger and getting there, well, looked like within inches of the sideline, but it doesn't matter. It's in green pasture. It's on the black strip, and that's a try to Merewether. 30-20. 5 to go.
Shows the benefit of having a forward with the skill level of Mick Gill. Certainly played a lot of his football at 5'8" and inside centre. Just held that up beautifully.
We have a look at Gill, dummy, show and go to the winger, the replacement, chip and chase. O'Toole coming across, not going to be quick enough. Giving it on. Not going to be quick enough. It's history now. It's 5 points to Merewether. They're now 10 in front, nearing the end of this round 12 fixture. Blake Ryan could put it further ahead into the wind. Has a conversion attempt.
Maybe a hell of a kick if he nails this one.
Done okay. Just not quite the legs. Right direction. Fell just short. So that means that Merewether 30, Maitland 20. 2.5 minutes left, regular time.
You're going to need something special here, Maitland. First and foremost, they need the ball back. They've gone short, but too short. Not going the 10 metres.
Oh,
they had to take the risk. It didn't play off. It'll be a Merewether scrum here. I'd be very surprised if they don't soak up the last couple of minutes here. Either just through simple one-out stuff or play the corners and just grind Maitland to the ground, potentially grind them out of the competition.
Round 12, Newcastle and Hunter Rugby Union, match of the round. Bar TV Sports. Josh Callan and Jim Gardner with you. Tense closing stages here. Not much in it, but Merewether with their noses in front, and more importantly, the ball in hand on halfway. Pick it up off the back of the scrum, look to go right, end up left, and Blake Crichton plays the percentages down to the 22. Clever rugby, experienced head there, just playing it in the touch.
It's been a very professional and polished second half by the Greens. They've obviously been given some messages at half time, and they've played it out to a treat. They've dominated possession, they've dominated field position, and when they've got in the red zone, they've come away with points, whether it's penalties or tries. So, very thorough and professional performance this second half.
As the ball goes to the back of the line out, Davidson collects. One out from the Blacks, but they have possession. They have to mount to attack somehow to get back into this game to keep their season alive. Josh McCormack looking for the offload. He gets it to O'Toole, but wrapped up quickly by some desperate Greens defence. Some advantage being played, but it looks like it's now over. Cunningham scoots himself and slammed into the ground by the try scorer, Billy Dunn. Brennan, his 484th hit up today. He's been strong.
Well, good hit by Billy Dunn from the side.
Kurt Courtney there.
Now they're starting to play, mate, and they should have done this 15 minutes ago.
It's about 5 or 6 phases in a row. Neither retain possession. They're nearing halfway.
A long advantage play for that penalty. Maitland player held back slightly. Time running out. As Davidson trucks it up. Again, another good shot from Keith Barlow.
He's been strong, hasn't he? Cunningham cut out pass to the left to Runchell. Down the flank. The replacement, Corey Pasma, trucks it up over halfway. Blacks have the ball. Nathan Brennan again. They need a try here to keep in touch. It's reached the 40-minute mark. How much injury time is going to be played?
I think Adam Nolan's tackled Nick Davidson every time he's run the ball up. He's done a superb job.
Unexpected there from Kurt Courtney, but he takes it. Makes another metre. Cunningham takes a quick tap off the penalty that was given by the referee. Josh Gray, not far from where he started his run to score. That's before, beats 1, beats 2, and he's over. Josh Gray from 22 out and certainly nothing.
Ambulance coming, and we need that
So strong. Again, Josh Gray, he's been a powerhouse today. He beat 3 and 4 defenders there just with that upper body strength. He gets his legs pumping. As we go, this is an important kick. This looks like he's going to take it nice and quick. Maitland back in this. Not sure how much time left. Could only be a minute or 2 at most.
O'Toole, successful, brings the margin to 3, but it's too little, too late. Josh Gray scoring his second, but it's not enough. Merewether 30, Maitland 27 at Marcellin Park. That's it, round 12, match of the round, Newcastle and Hunter Rugby Union, live here on Bar TV Sports. It's been a pleasure bringing it to you here from Josh Carlton and Jim Gardner. We'll see you next time, but thanks for joining us on Bar TV Sports. Thanks, mate. Well done.